at the IT conference. You're very popular. You taught the audience something. What did you teach them?
So I basically taught them how to reclaim the $300 billion that are being made with their data right now. So that is through our app, DataWallet, which allows them to take the data they create all over the internet, collate it into one profile, and share it with companies in return for profit or in return for services.
That's brilliant. It's always been a need, right? And everybody's monetizing on my data. So what kind of returns do you give? Do you also give them patterns of their own behavior? Do you analyze their data for them?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it's a component that we haven't launched yet, but it's something that we already do on the enterprise side, right? So we have a proprietary analytics tool where basically we do a lot of NLP analyses to figure out what are people talking about, what are the topics that they talk about among their friends, what are the items that they purchase on Amazon. We do a lot of psychographic analyses. So all of those things are already leveraged by companies that interact with DataWallet. We will probably make that available in a next generation of DataWallets in a couple of months, where we'll take all of those insights and feed them back to the people to tell them about their shopping habits, their habits with regards to social media engagement, psychographic information, and so on and so forth.
Great. So DataWallet, right? What are the ways in which they collect the money? Can they collect it in coins? Or?
Yeah, exactly. So if you take your data and you share it with companies in return for profit, you get paid out in a token. It's the data exchange token, or DXT for short. And you can take the token and spend it on AI-driven services as well. So for instance, we have developers that build personal AI concierges on top of DataWallet, and you can take your collated data set and share it with those services and personalize them for you. But then you can actually also pay the developers of that application in DXT as well. So you can earn DXT and you can spend it.
Okay, now can you give me an example with all these players? Give me one example of how an individual works its way into the enterprise.
Sure. So it's quite simple. So our business is based upon companies bringing on board their own customers. So a company, for instance, if they wanted to learn more about their customers, could onboard them. They simply send them a link. They download the DataWallet app. They link the data sources they feel comfortable sharing. That could be Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter. It could be Amazon, Airbnb, Uber. Offline receipts, and they can then permission that to the company that has invited them. And in return, they get a monthly installment. And how much that is depends on the company that you interact with. There's some companies that will pay you a little bit less, say like $3 to $4 per month. We have companies that will pay you more.
Where does my data live as one repository? Is it on my cell phone, on my laptop?
Yeah, so it's a mobile app, and we store the data on your own device, so on your cell phone. And so the way we're doing that is we're encrypting it within your own device and with a split key, and that actually allows us to enable you to exchange your data with the data requesters immediately without us having to sit in between. So we do that on the blockchain, the contractual transaction, and the actual data transfer happens off-chain because it's way too large to be stored on the blockchain. We're talking about hundreds of megabytes, if not gigabytes, per person. But so we've designed DataWallet.
How do you verify? I'm so sorry.
No. Like just to add to that, so we're designing DataWallet to be completely self-sovereign, right? So it belongs to you only. We don't need to own it. We don't need to access it. You can just share it with the companies that sit on the other side of the exchange.
How do you verify the quality of the data? What is feeding each app? Yeah. Is your app sitting on the operating system? How do you know you're getting everything?
Yeah. So, first and foremost, it's fairly easy for us to, let's assume somebody joins DataWallet and they say, okay, I can get paid for my data, and starts creating a lot of fake data. Now, when that person makes data available on DataWallet, for all of our enterprise customers, we provide them with a software that basically checks data quality. So for instance, since they share data that is historic, they get access to all the years of Facebook data they've created. If all of a sudden we see an uptick after them starting to use DataWallet, in terms of data creation, we flag that person and take them out of the sample, right? So it's fairly easy, since it's based upon also historic and real-time data, for us to see what the baseline of data creation is and if somebody deviates from that.
What about your token? Is it you're planning to do an ICO?
Yeah, exactly. So we're doing an ICO right now. The public sale will happen sometime in January. We're currently in the pre-sale, and so people can go to tokensale.datawallet.com and apply to be whitelisted.
So why is it that everybody has decided this is the time for pre-sales and February is the time for public? Who called everybody and said we need to have this?
Well, probably because end of the year is Christmas, everybody's on vacation. There's, nobody, everybody's focused on their families, and I guess January there's going to be a slow rollout of, the ICO craze again. We want to capitalize on that, though.
Why did you decide that you need a token?
Well, we were working on the blockchain implementation for quite some time. So we've been in business for 3 years, and so we've had a centralized version beforehand. And we were kind of getting into a realm where we were being a little bit hypocritical, because we told people, look, we want you to be the owner of your data, but the catch is, if you use our service, we also co-own your data, right? So we're working on a blockchain implementation anyway, and at that point in time, we had the ability to choose: do we pay out in, say, Ethereum, or do we pay out in a proprietary token? And a proprietary token for us made a lot more sense because we actually have current utility value from our token, right? So we expect the price of our token to be a lot more stable because we have a natural buyer, right? We have a natural seller, the user, but we also have a natural buyer, the enterprise company, right? So it's a closed loop within our closed economy. So we expect the price to be a lot more stable.
And what is your token called?
It's called the Data Exchange Token, or DXT.
Right. Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And wish you best of luck.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Thank you.